All right, moving on to the next question, which is question 20. It says, select all tables that represent a proportional relationship between x and y. All right, so this is asking to determine a proportional relationship from a table. So the way you determine proportionality from a table is by checking the unit rate, which should all be the same. And if you forgot what the unit rate is, that's okay. The unit rate is y divided by x. So you could also write it like this, y divided by x. So we've got to do y divided by x for all of these problems and see if we get the same thing. Excluding the first point, 0, 0. We don't have to do that one. But all the other values we should check. All right, so how does this work? All right, so let me go ahead and delete all this, and let's try it out. So look, we've got some values here, and we're going to start off by finding the unit rate for the first value. So right here we have y. The unit rate is y divided by x. My y value here is 1 over 10. My x value is 1 over 5. And now I'm going to divide this. 1 over 10 divided by 1 over 5. I got a fraction divided by a fraction, so I'm going to do KFC. Keep, flip, change. And I'm going to get 5 over 10, which is equal to 1 over 2. So my unit rate for this problem is 1 over 2, which means that all the other values in my table should have a unit rate of y over 2. And we need to check that for every single value. So for the next one, let me do blue. So for this one here, same idea. Let's find the unit rate for this entry. So we're going to have y divided by x. My y value is 2 over 10. My x value is 2 over 5. I'm going to go ahead and do KFC. Keep, flip, change. 2 times 5 is 10. 10 times 2, 10 over 2 is 20. 10 over 20 is 1 over 2. All right, so this is 1 over 2. So far, are my unit rates in my table matching up? In this case, the first one's 1 over 2. The second one is 1 over 2. So far we're good. So we can keep going. All right, let's keep going. Delete all this. All right, again, let's go ahead and do the unit rate. Let's see, it's y divided by x. My y value here is 3 over 10. My x value is 3 over 5. I'm going to do KFC, keep, flip, change. 15 over 30. And that can be simplified to 1 over 2. And so in this case, all my unit rates, ignoring this one, ignoring the 0.00, we ignore that. All my unit rates for my table are the same. It's all 1 over 2. So this would be considered a proportional relationship because of that. So it is a proportional relationship because my unit rate is the same throughout the table. Now, let's see what happens for something that's not a proportional relationship. Looking at this, I can kind of already tell it's not going to be proportional. But let me show you guys using some math. So if you're not sure if the second table is going to be proportional, let me delete all this. Let's go ahead and start off by finding the unit rate for each entry. Ignoring the 0.00, of course. That one doesn't count. That's kind of just a given. Every single table starts off at 0, 0. So we're not going to include that point, but every other point we're going to include. So let's start off by doing the first entry, which I'm going to do in red. So let me find the unit rate of this one, which is y divided by x. My y value is 1 over 3. My x value is 1 over 2. I'm going to apply KFC, keep, flip, change. So keep, flip, change. And so my unit rate for the first one is going to be 2 over 3. So I'm going to write it right here. The unit rate here is 2 over 3. So that means that for all my entries in my table, I should have the same unit rate. And let's see if that's true. So if I continue, y divided by x. Let's go ahead and do it for the second entry. My y value, so I know it's my y value because it has y there. My y value is 1 over 4. My x value is 1 over 3. I'm going to do keep, flip, change. And if I multiply this, I'm going to get 3 over 4, which if I simplify, it cannot be simplified. So whoa. We already see a problem here, just starting off with the first two tables. My unit rate for the first one was 2 over 3, but my unit rate for the second one is 3 over 4. So these have different unit rates for the problem. So this would not be a proportional relationship. This one would not count. So those don't count. All right. I can keep going, but you can check this one. Is this one going to be proportional? For the last one, I'll do it with you real quick. Again, check that the unit rate is the same for all the problem. My unit rate is given by y divided by x. So let's go ahead and work it out. 5 divided by 1, that's equal to 5. So the unit rate for the first one is 5. For the second one, we have, let's see, y divided by x. We got 15 divided by 3, which is equal to 5. So this is equal to 5. So we're good so far. And then for the last one, y divided by x, my y value is 20. My x value is 4. 20 divided by 4 is 5. And so my unit rate is the same throughout the entire problem. So this one's part of it. So yeah, that's the solution for problem number 20. Hope that makes sense. Thank you very much.